Hey, everybody. I am meteorologist Michelle McCormick with Katie Gardner, who has been working her tail off, trying to bring you guys all the latest updates and everything happening here. And so you have both of us now.
Yeah, we're really excited to be together because we have a lot of eyes on a lot of things. We have the chat on your laptop.
Yep.
Where we're able to really tell you what's going on county by county. You've done a great job online. She has this great story with all of the county details. You can look at it. We update it a lot, and
Right.
it's just a beast of a storm.
Yeah, the loop online is alphabetical by county. So if you are in Putnam, wait through the A's and B's and C's, and we will get to you eventually. But it's really being updated minute by minute of what you can expect in your county as the storm is heading our way.
Well, yeah, and one thing I want to make a mention of, and you've done a great job of this too, we love your emails. We love to hear from you.
Yes.
And I get a lot of them all morning like, hey, you didn't hit this, you didn't hit that. So guys, the thing is, Georgia, I would say you're the lucky one. You're not the one getting as much talked about because this really isn't your storm. Now, we're still going to talk about you, okay? We're going to gossip about you like a girl in high school, but not as often.
Yeah, and Georgia and Nassau County, you folks are still going to be affected. You're still going to have the tropical storm feels, the winds, the rains, but it's going to be more of a southern county storm. So if we seem like we're focusing a little bit more on that, that's why the potential for flooding is moving a bit more to our southern county. So at noon today, there was an update the National Hurricane Center put out an update, and I was going to just look at here. And basically, their noon update Eastern time was a big message to ensure you have multiple ways to receive weather warnings. So you might not be able to see us on your television, but you can find us on your cell phone. Make sure everything is charged. Also, a NOAA weather radar, a radio is super important to have in your possession. Then, of course, there are the charging stations. Make sure everything's charged tonight before you go to bed so that you hear those alarms go off overnight.
Yeah, it's important.
Especially if you lose power.
Yeah, and so, you see right here, this track is now making landfall as what looks like a Cat 3 to trek across the state as a Cat 1. The track has actually come a little further south, Michelle, which I think is really, it's good for us. It's bad for somebody, right? Like, I mean, I hate to be like, oh, it's good for us. Hey, Marilyn.
Hi.
So this mic isn't on?
Well, they're having a hard time hearing you.
Oh.
Okay.
Also, if you're YouTube,
Yes.
we have people who are commenting.
Perfect. All right. Good.
Talk to them.
Yes.
We'd love to.
Oh, I can't hear you, somebody said. Volume is low.
No! Do I need to talk really loud?
Well, I don't know, but I'll go find someone.
Okay.
We'll get this taken care of. In the meantime, Michelle, you're good.
Okay, I'm good. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. We have Dave, and we have Baby Girl, and we have Ben. Hi, Candy Lion. Marion Carpenter, Melissa Lewis. I know we're trying to get Katie's microphone to work, but you guys got me for now. Katie can point and be my Vanna White for the moment. Hey. So, yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. But that was their latest message from the Hurricane Center. And ensure you have a safe location before the onset of strong winds and possible flooding. Ensure you have multiple ways to receive the weather warnings. I know you probably have friends and family from all over the country, all over the world, who are reaching out to you and saying, hey, are you okay? And these people are going to continue to be sending you messages and reaching out. Your folks are in North Carolina.
Yes.
So I know they're really paying attention.
Yeah.
Social media, really paying attention. But we are trying to give you the most up-to-date information that we can. So, Katie, why don't we go through some of the county by county. There's the storm surge threat. It's moved also, again, a little bit to the south, more focusing on Sarasota and Fort Myers as well. But this is our local storm surge threat.
And, I don't even know if they can hear me now, but 3 to 5 feet at this point.
Okay.
Thanks to the river and the ocean, obviously. We've got a couple of watches and warnings. So, Michelle, I'll pull these up. I'll let you read them just in case.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, and what we've had reports on so far at 11:23 this morning from the St. Augustine Airport, reports of already over 4 inches of rain in the Timberwood Landing. That's from a rain gauge there, and that's since midnight this morning. At Butler Beach in St. Johns County, reports of almost 3.5 inches, and that's from a public rain gauge in Butler Beach. St. Augustine Beach already reporting over 3 inches of rain. That's also from a public rain gauge. Camp Ranking Weather Station in Elkton has reported almost 5 inches of rain so far. Already. And all these reports have come in since 11 o'clock this morning as we continue to watch it. So a tropical storm warning continues for our area.
All these different, so tropical storm watch there, then we've got the wind advisory in the blue here, and then we've got the storm surge warning down the coastline. Couple that with a hurricane warning, but that's more off the coast. We've got the hurricane watch on the coast, really from Kingsland all the way down to Palm Coast.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm still reading your messages here too, so keep those coming. Additionally, there is a tropical storm warning for Bradford, Northern Columbia, tropical storm warning Swanee, storm surge warning for Eastern Putnam, Eastern Clay, hurricane warning for Western Putnam. This is a look at the rainfall forecast that you have up, and the numbers are surprisingly lower the more north that we move up.
We actually had yesterday, this is how quickly this storm can change because it's such a condensed storm, and with that, you know, the track can change quick, the strength and the speeds can change quick. It's powerful. It's a monster of a storm. But we're going to have 7 inches of rain likely in Palm Coast, where yesterday we were forecasting for 10. And then in Jacksonville, when we first started covering this, we had 5 inches of rain expected, and now under 2. So it's good news for us. But still, I know a lot of you have family in Tampa. Even in St. Augustine, it's prone to flooding.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
So it's not a great situation.
Absolutely not. And we are definitely going to continue to monitor. I'm going back here. The National Weather Service also has a really interesting page on the areas that will be more prone. Hi there, Al. Al's here to help with our audio. So
Al,
thanks, Al.
The thing is right here if you want it. Al's a genius.
Yes.
The best guy in the building. Without him, none of this
would happen. All right, Futurecast, that's Wednesday. That's this afternoon. Katie, that's tomorrow morning at 5:15, approaching the Tampa area. You've been talking about this all morning, Katie. So what's the steering current? I know there's a cold front. Let's talk about why.
So a lot of people ask, they say, hey, can this storm curve up and maybe go left? No, because there's a cold front that's coming down over our state. It's really pushing it to go straight across. And partially that path, that cone moving is not so much related to that. It's just moving because it's such a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's different than Helene because this storm is more condensed, but I don't know that that's the word I want. It's just
a tighter storm.
It's tighter, and it's able to move, but the cold front is going to deter it from really curving up and going up the Atlantic. It's really going to go straight out.
And it's going to keep going. But when I was looking at the latest cone warnings that came out at the 11 o'clock, it looks like it might be over the state of Florida for 10 to 12 hours, from landfall to the time it exits on the east coast through Melbourne, Cocoa Beach, perhaps. I mean, those areas. My daughter lives in Palm Bay. My stepdaughter is in Vera. So they're very prepared, but it's very scary to know that, folks who was a safe option at the time. So, very scary situation, something that is going to be continuously monitored for us as well. What, you have your county by county?
I do. Let's bring that up. We'll show you once we get into the weekend. We're really going to improve, but that doesn't matter right now. But it will be good.
We do like to know that, for sure.
To clean up and whatnot. Let's get you to the county by county. We got to flip through this as it comes, and you'll see. All right. We're going to go through Sunday. We're going to get it here if it'll go for me. Sometimes these clickers freeze, but that's okay.
They do.
Because we're going to get you the information you need regardless. Let's take a look right now at Camden County. Here are the impacts of Camden County. So we've got 60-mile-an-hour wind gust expected, and then rainfall by about 1.5 inches. And then, Michelle, I'll let you do Clay.
So Clay County, of course, more of one of our southern counties where we could see gusts up to 55 miles per hour. Rainfall to only about 1 inch, except, of course, near the river right along there, like Fruit Cove, like Hastings and that area there. Putnam, we've had a lot of inquiries about Putnam County where the wind gusts could be pretty up there, and of course Willaca and Pomona Park, areas where you're used to flooding, will be prepared there as well.
It's a scary situation for a lot of you. St. John's, obviously there were mandatory evacuations out of there. Funny enough, I was actually at a doctor's appointment yesterday, and she lives in St. John's, and she was like, I don't know if we're going to leave.
Right.
And I think everybody maybe doesn't leave because you feel convenienced in your home. Just be aware if you don't. With a situation like this, it's different than Tampa, but you may not be able to leave for a couple of days.
Well, and a mandatory evacuation, I live in Jacksonville Beach, and when they say a mandatory evacuation and you opt to stay, you're also opting that 911 services may not be available for you because they will be tied up doing other emergencies. So if you are opting to stay in place when there is a mandatory evacuation in your zone, you must be aware of that hazard.
They may not be able to get to you, and it is
Correct.
what it is. As we look at Union and Bradford counties, about an inch of rainfall, 45-mile-an-hour gusts for you guys in Stark in the Hampton area. And then I thought this was a great camera to show. Visibility was worse earlier. It's lifting a little bit now. It's not going to lift much. It's just a nasty day. It's going to get worse as we get into tonight and tomorrow. The thing about this storm, and Helene was the same way, it's an overnight event.
Yep.
So, you know, like we're going to sleep here, essentially.
Well, I know I packed my bag when I left my house at 11 o'clock this morning to come in. I turned to my family and I said, just make sure you have everything charged before you go to sleep, if you do go to sleep, and be prepared to have a flashlight next to your bed.
Yes,
your phone battery can only last so long, so using your camera or your flashlight on your phone probably, I mean, it's a great option, but it will die sooner.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
you
get a
know,
handheld.
A handheld flashlight.
Better.
But a lot of folks are fearful of going to sleep because of trees, the potential of falling trees. Will they miss an alert? The good thing is with this storm compared to Helene, and for those of us who worked through Helene as well, our tornado threat is super low. And that's what we were seeing with Helene in our overnight hours, especially through Southeast Georgia, through Glenn County, through Nassau County, was those threats of tornadoes. This storm, where we are on the side of this storm, our threat is below like 5%. So we're really thankful for that.
Yes.
If there's a silver lining
it would
in
be that.
the low clouds that we have, it is that one for sure. All right, let's see, Katie. Come on, folks. If you guys want to talk to us, send us some questions. We're getting your emails. We're trying to get through your emails as quick as we can. We also monitor our help desk questions, and those questions come in as well. We have amazing resources online. It might seem like you're getting inundated with a lot of alerts and pushes and emails and all this information.
I mean, it's worth it, because our goal, we're not here just to track a storm. That's the biggest thing, but it's for you. We want you to be safe, and that's why we do open it up for questions in our emails too. We're never too busy for you. Like, you know, when I'm in there and I get emails, oh, I know you're busy. Well, I'm here for you. I want to be busy for you. So any question you have, oh my God, you're our responsibility.
Right, exactly.
We want to keep you as safe as we can. Oh my God, you email me 100 times if you, well, maybe not 100, but you email me as many times as you want. I will answer every question that's a problem. I got 75 messages in an hour yesterday, and we made sure we answered because it's you, your people, you have needs, and we want to make sure they're met.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Are you able to get back to the radar?
Oh yeah.
So we can talk about what's happening with our current conditions. It was raining on my drive in this morning at 11. Thankfully, our roads have cleared up for the most part from evacuees from Tampa and from our southern counties. So thankfully our roads are passable right now. Just some regular rain falling across our area with some gusty conditions, of course, but there were some crashes along I-95. The Main Street Bridge was reporting a crash as well, and this is why. You want to talk about what we're seeing on the radar?
Oh my gosh. So, you know, this is just the beginning. It's like the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
Okay, I mean, you look at this and you think, oh, this is all we're going to get. No. No, no, no. This is what we're going to deal with. World Golf Village, St. Augustine. So all the interstates are seeing rain right now. Some of it light, some of it not so light. It all depends on where you are and what you're seeing. The problem with this, and I know we've talked about this is rain on top of what you're going to get. So I'll let you take that.
Yeah, for sure. And we could see banding rains as well. So yesterday, our rain came in across the Atlantic in like a training, and if you look at it, it literally looks like a train on a track.
Yeah.
And that's the bands of rain that you will start to see. Now, as far as the storm is concerned, outer band rains, outer band winds, and we'll be getting it. Now, we're on, like, if you will, the lighter side.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, think of this storm as coming in and traversing across I-4, and then exiting through Brevard County, near New Smyrna, in that area. So
We
straight
might have
across.
some questions. I think I saw some pop in.
I was looking at YouTube.
I'm on. Yeah.
Yeah, our YouTube viewers are asking
Oh, I don't have
Are they? We
one.
don't see them. Where? Marilyn is our expert.
I just got, this
Right,
is scary.
These are your questions. If you go all the way down.
Yeah.
Kind of
Is this the most
monitoring it.
recent down here?
Some people are asking,
Oh.
like, what are the roads like?
Oh, is this, so
how are
the current is on the bottom.
And
Who knew?
Marilyn, we love you. Without you, we would not even know that. She is the best. She is the genius of the group. I love it.
So I've been working from home. All right, so here we go. Are the roads current? Okay, bottom. The bottom are the most recent. All right, good to know.
Keep scrolling down. There's going to be new ones
Okay.
popping up.
Oh, we're
Thank
in
you.
it. We're on
Thank
it.
you.
Marilyn, without you, this would not happen.
All right, can we please talk about Northern Jacksonville? Nelson,
Yes,
thank
of
you very
course.
much. Yeah.
Yeah, Northern Jacksonville, I mean, here's the thing. You're actually in the clear right now there on the north side. That won't last. You're certainly going to see some more showers come in. Look, these showers, until this storm comes in, they come in and out. And while they're fairly light right now, they've been heavy in St. Augustine. They'll be heavy for you all on the north side for sure.
Yeah, Ribault River, he was also asking about, I mean, if you're in an area that is prone to flooding, be aware of that. Think back to Hurricane Irma in 2017. It happened in September of 2017. If you were in a flood zone or had the potential for flooding during Irma, you do still have that same type of potential for this storm. So definitely something to keep in mind. If you are not safe, if your home is not structurally sound, please find a friend or a family member that you can just go bunk with for tonight through tomorrow and be a little bit on the safer side through there.
So important.
Yeah. Why are they
roads-
so fast to close? Oh, roads.
Well, the roads are safe currently.
Yeah.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been telling people, if you need to get gas, they're refilling the tanks. You have little time to do it, but go do it. Go get your last bit of groceries. They're safe now. When that sun sets,
Yeah.
I'm going to encourage you to stay home.
Yeah,
I
we
really
definitely
am.
want to see people home
Yeah.
after sunset for sure. Why were they so fast to close schools? Well, this is how, in Duval County specifically, the schools are used as shelters. So in order to prepare the schools to be shelters to those folks who need a safe place to stay, they have to close them down, prepare those gymnasiums and those schools for the influx of people who might need the shelters. Then they have to keep closed during the storm, of course, and then the following day, once the storm has passed and we are in the clear, they have to clean
They
the
have to
schools.
clean.
So you can't just close the 5 schools or the 6 schools that are being used as shelters.
Right.
You have to close all the schools to allow for everyone to come back to work clean and safe.
And that's where the community comes into it, I think, because school is important. But when you think about a storm like this, everybody needs a safe place to go. So thank God that our schools can be that for people.
Yep.
What else do we have
Is
here?
Riverside going to be okay?
Oh, that's
Bryce,
funny. 'Cause
Bryce
that's where
wants
I
to
live.
know. Yeah.
Bryce, hi neighbor. Yes, it will. I've got good friends of mine I was having dinner with last night. We actually talked about this. They've been here for like 7 years. And the river will certainly cause problems in areas like Memorial Park, on Lancaster Street, and you know where that is if you're in Riverside near Blue Orchid. Areas like Park Street and King Street should be okay. The water will come up, but it's not going to cause you to have to evacuate.
Yeah, we're with the winds, okay, when the winds and the tides are combined, the water will start to come ashore.
Oh, yeah.
And we see this regularly in Riverside at Memorial Park, and that's why that area you just don't want to be in. And
no.
folks love to hang out in the park at the wall
They
and watch the water just
They
flow
love
over
it.
the edge. It's quite a sight.
But half that wall's gone.
But
because
half the
of
wall
this.
is gone because it's being knocked
Yeah.
down, and it is super, super unsafe
Well, you
to
know
do
who I think
that.
is going to be out there? Ashley Harding.
Yes,
I
good.
think she'll be out there. So before you go out there, watch us, and you'll see what it looks like.
There you go.
You know?
All right, so we now have John Yulee area. Let's get to Yulee.
Yes.
Which shelters are in Duval? Which school
Oh, I've
shelters?
got that.
Do you have
actually. I saved a picture today.
Okay, good.
Who put that up?
So this is Mike X wants to know which schools are shelters in Duval right
Let
now.
me see. I think I storied that on my Instagram.
Okay.
A lot of people are putting really good information on
Yeah,
social media.
for sure.
Which is
There's, I think, 6 of them.
let's see. Who
We'll pull it up real quick.
yeah, pull it up. I had it all right here, but I don't have it.
Yeah, Duval school shelters. Yep. Here's our website story
There's
on
at
it.
least 5, I think, I believe.
Yeah. Schools closed. And remember, if you need to call 630-CITY, and they love to give out this number in Duval County, it's 904. You got to put the 10-digit dialing in there. So it has to be 904-630-CITY. Here, is the airport closed? This is a good question. You got to check ahead because a lot of flights just won't come in.
Yeah. Here we go.
You found it?
I've got
Perfect.
it.
All right.
All right. Duval County Hurricane Shelters. This is for special needs and pet friendly. This is Atlantic Coast High School and that address. So just write this down: 9735 RG Skinner Parkway. 9735 RG Skinner Parkway.
Yeah, it's right off of Bay Meadows Road and 295.
And then we've got a pet friendly one too at Landmark Middle School.
Okay.
And that's 101 Kernan Boulevard North.
Yep, right
Okay.
at Kernan and Atlantic.
Yeah, and then special needs and pet friendly, the Legend Center, 5130
Sutel.
Sutel. See, thank
Yep,
you for that.
you're welcome.
Yes, I love that. And then
26 years, Duval County.
I'm gonna let you pronounce that one too.
Chaffee Trail Elementary.
Okay.
Yep, and that's on Sam Caruso Way. And then La Villa School of the Arts and Arlington Middle School are our shelters.
And those are going to be posted a lot of places. So if you didn't catch that, just rewind. You know, you can take a look. Hey, Marilyn.
Hi. So if we have questions about school closures or anything like that,
They're on the website.
they can go to our app, news4jax.com, or our website, and we have buttons right here that have shelter information, survival
see
guide
that?
information,
That is
track
awesome.
the tropics, and school closures.
Look at this right here. This
it's
will
on
show
our
up.
website.
It's the easiest thing to find. The web team is incredible, and they make it very, very easy for you to find all of this. Yeah, go to news4jax.com.
That's awesome.
News4jax.com. This is
And that's where I went to Shelters Open. I went to our web story there too as well.
And then if you click on Shelters Open, it goes down and it breaks it down by county.
Okay.
Ooh, we've got it made.
Perfect.
So go to our website. Marilyn,
Thank
you're a
you.
boss. Thank you.
What's the outlook? John G wants to know, what is the outlook for sustained winds Thursday in Jacksonville? Looks like it gets worse throughout the day.
The last I checked for sustained was in the upper 20s to 30s because gusts were in the 30s to 40s.
And we always get the bridge question. So
Yeah.
bridges, 40 miles per hour sustained, and sustained is 1 minute that the wind blows at that mile per hour, right? So at
Yeah.
that rate. So 40 is the minimum, right? That it has to be. So typically, and these are going to be the bridges, honestly, that we're going to be watching. The 312 bridge in St. John's, in St. Augustine, the Bridge of Lions is a possibility. The Volano Bridge in St. Johns County outside of St. Augustine, JTB. The J. Turner Butler Boulevard Bridge going into Jack's Beach. Those four typically, and of course the Dames Point Bridge on 295 going over the port through the St. Johns River. That one can always be a factor. It's very, very high, as well as the Matthews Bridge. So those bridges you just need to monitor.
Yeah.
The JSO and FHP are the ones that are monitoring them.
They make that call.
They make that
and
call.
then they'll make the call to reopen them within
Yep,
seconds.
it could be.
happens in an instant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. Orange Park, please.
Orange Park, you got it. Orange Park, you are going to get 2 inches of rain from the last check I saw, and your winds gusts are going to be in the 30s to 40s. So,
Okay.
yeah, about 2 inches of rainfall for you. You've trimmed back a bit in Orange Park, but I still want you to heed that warning of 2 inches because some of those areas, you know, can get soggy.
Yeah, Deborah said, will flooding be worse than Helene in Jacksonville Beach? I don't know where in Jacksonville Beach you saw flooding. We didn't have it wasn't a big rain event for Helene. It was more of a wind event. So, Deborah, if you could be a little more specific
to answer
about
that,
where
yeah.
you had flooding in Jack's Beach. Typically in a storm like this, and I know with Irma, the water will come in off the beach during high tide. Now, Thursday morning, high tide at the river is 3 a.m.-ish. So the beach's high tide will be, it's kind of like 2-hour difference at the beach. So it could be 1 a.m. And that's when the water will start to come in over the dunes and down the streets to about 3rd Street. I live in Jack's Beach, kind of near the south end, and my home is built up a little bit. So I'm at 10 feet above
God.
sea level.
Thank God.
But the opportunity is still there for flooding always in Jacksonville Beach. Michael said, thank you for all of your information.
Michael,
You're welcome, Michael.
stop it.
Thank
You're
you. So Anna wants to know what the prognosis for Cape Coral, Fort Myers area is. I wish we had a better idea. It's their storm surge is increasing, and of course they had Ian 2 years ago. So they had a mandatory evacuation in Fort Myers Beach on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully everybody has moved out of that region.
Yeah.
How will this be compared to Hurricane Irma, Mel says? It's very similar.
That's a great question. It is very, very, very similar. Mark and I were talking about that today. It's incredibly similar. Now, there's always going to be small differences, but yeah, if you remember that, this is probably going to be a storm that you're now not for everybody, right? But for a good portion of us, it's going to be similar.
Yeah, and that's why the National Weather Service has put out these warnings and watches across our entire area for the rivers, for the areas that are near flood zones that typically flood in high water weather. So August and September we had more rain than we've had almost in every summer. We had the wettest summer on record. Our ground is still wet from that.
Yeah,
trees are still very prone to toppling, and of course we are still prone to flooding. I know coming up at 1 o'clock, Mark Collins is going to be doing a live update on air.
Yeah.
So I know you guys are asking a lot of questions here. Security Cats, real quick, want to cover Mandarin. There's big trees in Mandarin. You guys are really close to the St. Johns River in Mandarin. So if you're in a typical area that floods, just use extra caution. Make sure you're prepared for lights going out, for electricity due to wires going down. Everybody knows if you approach an area that is flooded, turn around, don't drown.
Oh, it's so important. Look, I'm just going to say it. The police do not need to be making rescues because you drove through that water. We're telling you not to do it because they have so many other things they're going to have to focus on. There are going to be elderly people that need help. There's going to be people with special needs that need help. And if you drive through there knowingly and you get stuck, that would be bad.
All right, folks, thank you for tuning in, and we will check back in with you later.
Bye.
I'm guessing they went to commercial. As soon as I saw it go off, I was like, I guess we're done.
Okay, bye. We were cut off.
Peace.
That was fun.
That was great.
That was informative. I like doing this together.
Yeah.
Because it really makes a difference. You know what we should do if we're here tomorrow at midnight? We should do one.
Yeah.
We should just do our own.
Yeah. For sure.
'Cause this is good.
Yeah. I mean, and we got a lot of.
We got a lot of feedback.
Is there evacuation for Duval? No.
No. Everybody's been asking that.
Yeah.
The usernames are
That's so funny.
you, baby girl.
Baby girl egg.
Hopefully we're off, right? Now it'd be nothing new for me.
Yeah, right. But it's so interesting because you've been here. You've been reporting on this for 2 days, and I just got here. So
yeah, for me, it's all like fresh. It's fresh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. I mean, it's not even fun. The kids are still on, but I mean, we're gonna keep them fun. Yeah, it'd be cool. So I might come back at Mel said she's coming in at 7.
she has a room upstairs.
She does?
Yeah.
I don't want to sleep here. That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to sleep, period. If I'm here on work. So I'm thinking I might come in at 11 or 12 and just work with you guys.
Yeah.
Let's definitely do another stream, though, because that is fun to do together.